Back to our ninth episode of The Land of Saurus. Just in case you missed it, I did do a bit of a live stream recently where I cleared out the entire mine shaft that we had down below by hand. I'm not going to include it as an episode. I'm just going to upload it as it's in its entirety because it's like a 3.5 hour long video. So feel free to go over there and watch that if you want. But we got quite a few resources in terms of mine carts and rails and things like that, and a few other bits and bobs. I got good infinity enchant on my bow, and we got a lot of wood from that mine shaft as well, and that's just the stuff that we didn't waste as well. I had to throw some of it out. So there was went through and I think I cleared out the entire thing. I don't think there is any mine shaft to speak of. But on the plus side, I think we have a very large amount of spider spawners in this mine shaft. There's quite a few of them. So I made like a little temporary entrance down here, because down here at the bottom, there's a couple of spider spawners around. So I'm hoping at some point to make a much more efficient mob grinder and XP farm than what I had going before, because I was really quite disappointed with that mob farm that we had. So there's one of the spider spawners, and I know there's a whole bunch more down here as well. So I've taken down all of their coordinates, so hopefully I'll quite easily be able to identify where they are in relation to each other and see what the largest possible mob grinder we can make is. Oh geez, I hope I haven't gotten lost down here already. Yeah, this place is a bit of a maze. But yeah, it was quite fun. So if you wanted to check out me clearing out that entire spider spawner, the entire mine shaft, feel free to check that out. But yeah, in this episode I've got a few things planned, so yeah, let's just jump straight into it, I guess. First thing that I wanted to do for this episode is find a better means of getting up and up here, essentially, because this ladder is very, very slow. And I thought about making a water elevator, but honestly, I kind of like just jumping down into that pool at the bottom. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mine cart that'll just drive us up here. So it won't be quite as fast as a water elevator, but it will be a lot faster than this ladder system that we've got going on here. So yeah, I'm going to get started on that now, I reckon. Okay, I think we've come up with something here. So in order to get down, it's very simple. We just jump down, and then in order to go back up, we hop in the minecart, and it gives us a quick ride up to the top. So it's a lot faster than what we were doing. Maybe not quite as fast as a water elevator, but it's not bad at all. And then we just push it back down, hop off, and that's our way back up and down. And it also means that if we really want, we can send up minecarts with chests in it as well, making it a bit easier to send up large quantities of items up to our base here. So I think this is a good way to upgrade our little mineshaft entrance and exit. So the next thing on our list to do is to expand out subscriber forest a little bit. So we have another 2 subscribers, yet we don't have any more room to fit some more trees. So I'm going to have to extend this out a little bit further and make it so we can add these 2 new subscribers to our forest. So this is how much space I needed to clear out just to add in 2 more subscribers. So if you really want to make me work, absolutely feel free to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out, and I'll absolutely plant a tree in your honor if you do so. So yeah, hit the subscribe button. That'd be really awesome. Thanks. Okay, and now with everything all ready to go, let's welcome our 2 newest subscribers to 2 subscriber forest. We have one there and one there. and we'll just grow these trees up. Oh, and that's a big tree. Congratulations on the big tree. And what about this one as well? There we go. Okay, so here we have Milkshake Dwagon and Honey Bear plays YT or YouTube. So thank you so much for your subscription. I really appreciate it. And forever you will be memorialized here in Subscriber Forest as my thank you to you for your support. So wow, that is a particularly big tree. There will be a few more of those to come, I'm sure, but that is a cool looking tree. Alright, well again, thank you so much for your support, and anyone else who would like to have a tree memorialized for them in this world, absolutely feel free to click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, back onto the video. Oh, and just quickly, I did realize that I spelt this one wrong. It is Honey Bear Plays YouTube. There we go. So sorry about that, but I fixed that up for you. Okay, on with the video. Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is to sort of just map out where these spider spawners are. I took the coordinates down of each spider spawner that I found, so I'm just going to sort of figure out roughly where they are and just add a block to indicate that the spider spawner is directly underneath that block. And then we'll have an idea of which spider spawners are close together, so we can try and make a mob grinder that incorporates one, hopefully two, if we're really lucky, 3 spider spawners all in one. So let's map that out and see where these spider spawners actually are. So, it looks like we got a little bit lucky with those spider spawners. I did manage to find, or locate 6 of them in total in the abandoned mine shaft. There's one directly underneath this block, which isn't ideal. And then around the other side here, a bit of rotten flesh. Around the other side here, we have, there's another one. So there's another spider spawner directly underneath that block. So if we dig straight down, we'll find ourselves another spider spawner. But the ones that I find most interesting, there's another one there, directly underneath that block. But there are also, oh yeah, this one and this one are very close to each other. They're also on the same layer, which is layer 18, which means I suspect we'll be able to make a double spider spawner out of this one and this one. There was also another one a little bit further down here, I think. Whereabouts was that one? It was quite a lot further than the others. I think there it was, but that's a little bit too far to make a double spider spawner. And there was the last one that I had recorded or found when I was down there was this one here. So that seems to be the location of where all the spawners are, but thankfully we do have a area where we should be able to make 2, and it's right near our entrance here that we made as well, which is quite lucky. So I suspect, because they're both on the same layer, we should be able to clear out a nice big area and create ourselves a double spider spawner, which will be an excellent source of spider eyes, of string, and also of spider eyes, string, and also some XP. We should be able to grind from that as well. So I'm guessing, where is the other one? I know where the first one is. Ah yeah, so there's one there. and then there's another one up there. So yeah, these are the two spider spawners in question. So we should be able to connect these two relatively easily. So we'd have a standing platform here. In fact, I'm just going to, because you can tell when they're prepared to actually start spawning stuff based on how close you are. That one's already spawning things. So as you can see, it's not lit up at all, but if I move a little bit closer, it starts to light up, which means it's prepared to start spawning things. So if I break through this wall quickly, because I know this one's here, excellent. We should be able to find ourselves in a position. Yeah, there we go. We're lighting up that one and that one. So we can definitely make something with these two spawners. So I'm going to clear out a nice big area around here, and we're going to start making ourselves a nice big spider spawner. So here we have the first spawning platform for the first cave spider spawner. So now we just need to do the same with this one over here. Okay, so now we have this chamber built up too. So we have this chamber here, and this chamber there. So what we need to do is find a way to transport the spiders from each chamber into a central location somewhere here in the middle, and make a killing platform for them essentially. So that's I'm gonna clear out this space first, and then I'm gonna see what I have to work with. Alright, so I've cleared out the area in between these two spawners. I've just brought some supplies down as well, because I have a fairly good idea of how I'm going to connect these, and I'm going to make a nice room somewhere here in the middle, because obviously, you know, if I'm standing around here, yeah, somewhere around here, I'm able to light up both spawners at the same time. So if I can do that, then I should have a fairly good spawner on my hands. Okay, so I've dug down a little bit here now, and I'm going to work on trying to connect these two. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3 along here. This side's just wall, this side bit here. So 1, 2, 3 here lines up very well with 1, 2, 3 here. So I'm going to look at trying to connect them up in that way via water streams. So that's the next part of this. Okay, so we got the water stream coming from the first spider spawner. So we've just got the spiders will spawn in here, drop down into the water, and they'll be pushed along this water stream. I'll also put some like trapdoors and stuff along the walls here, so they can't climb up the walls. So the only direction they can go is to be forced down into here. So I'm just going to bring the other side down in a similar fashion, and yeah, I think this is going to work out quite nicely. I did do some testing for this design on a redstone testing world as well, so yeah, I have a pretty good idea of how this is all going to work. Okay, so that's the stream coming from that one, stream coming from this one. I just have to fix that hole in there, and I'm going to make these two streams connect seamlessly. Okay, so we need to close the hole off like that, and then we need to place down a lot of trapdoors. So we'll start over this side. And work our way around. Then we'll just chuck another one up there, just in case they're trying to run around that way. And this is just so they kind of get stuck and can't get stuck on the walls up here at least. So then we can go down one. We do the same here and here, because this is where I found they tend to like to climb up there, so we got to really limit their options in that area. And we can even put this one up like that, and then keep working our way around. Yep, keep working our way around. Until we meet up with the other side. So this should prevent any spiders from climbing up the walls, but again, that's a should. You never know with these cave spiders, they can be really tricky to deal with, but then we're forcing them into this one high gap. So I'm going to do that on the other side now. I just need to whip up some more trapdoors. Hopefully I've got enough. I don't know if I will. 25. No, I don't think I have enough trapdoors. I'm gonna have to go get some more. So I'll go do that, and then I'll fix up this room as well, so it's the same as that one, and then we'll start putting in a bit of a roof here, so we can so the spiders don't essentially start running out at us. Where are we? I gotta get back up there. All right, I'll be back in a moment. All right, and that's this room all set up now for it too. So now we're going to put in a little bit of a roof here for the spiders. Okay, so we put a little bit of a glass roof so we can see the spiders coming through when we do eventually start sending them through. So the glass does go down a couple of blocks here, just in case you were wondering how it works, because we want to kind of try and keep forcing the spiders into that one block high gap. They do tend to get hung up on the overhang there, but as more spiders come along, they tend to knock them off, or they don't tend to stay there forever, you know. So I think this was probably the best that I was able to do in terms of trying to get them into the center here as quick as possible. So the next step is to bring the water out the side here. Now I gotta remember how to do this, because we want to send the spiders up on top of that ledge there, because the spawning platform, or where it's going to be easiest to spawn, will be from around here. There we've got a good connection to both spider spawners. So we want to be up here and have the spiders delivered up to us, and this is where we can just stand and spiders will come up on either side around us. Now I watched a video recently from a YouTuber called Pixel Riffs, and he was saying that that's where I got to put the soul sand. He was saying that if you put, and I've got to neaten all this up as well, otherwise it will upset me, no doubt, that if you put fence gates or walls, it can create like a suction area for the spiders. So I'll show you what I mean. So I put a couple of walls down here, and then we put a couple of fence posts. Where are my fence not my fence posts, my signs, to stop the flow of water. Right, so that should stop the flow of water. And then we waterlog these fence posts. So the spiders will get pushed over here, and they'll sort of be forced upwards onto this section here. And then if we build up from here, so we go around here, and we can just do that. Need a bit more stone bricks. And then I'm just trying to map this out in my head. So we go up like that. And then we also need, if I can get into here, these redstone blocks and these and these. Now, how this works is you get the enchanting tables there, and you go, I think it's this block and this block, and then if we put these iron doors here, yeah, that's exactly what we want. So the spiders will be forced up here, pushed down along here, and they'll be resting up against here. So we'll be able to hit them in this gap here, because they can fit underneath slabs, these cave spiders. They're quite frustrating to work with. But yeah, apparently this system here, and we're using iron. We want to make sure, like, we're using the redstone blocks and the iron trapdoors here because we want to make sure that we don't accidentally open them, because that could that could be quite catastrophic. So if we keep raising this up a bit, and then they push them onto the platform here. So then all we need to do is cover this up. Maybe just make this a little bit more neat. And I suspect that if we release these spiders now, they will start flowing up into there. But let's just give that a quick test. So I'll open up this one, and I will start knocking out a few torches. There we go. I think there he goes, and then he ends up sitting just there. So this is exactly what I'm looking for. And obviously they're not spawning as quickly as they normally do. Okay, so in terms of functionality, I think this is fully completed. I think all I really need to do now is switch off the lights in both of these rooms, which is going to be a task in and of itself. But I don't know, guess we'll see how it goes. I've already got half of this room already dealt with. But hopefully we can get over to the other side of this thing, so we can knock out this torch relatively unscathed. And we'll just sort of head out of here. That one, and that's all of them. Wow, and then they just all start spawning like crazy. My god, that was not very nice at all. Okay. Way. And this one decided to come flying out. Jeez. Come on. Okay. And then chuck that up there as well. Alright. Well. So from here, we should be, if we're standing on this spot here, or these 6 blocks, might be even a few more blocks around, but it's sort of dead center in between both of the spawners. So we should see a fairly decent flow of spiders coming in. Yeah, here they come. And they're just coming right in. And then we just pop up here whenever we get a nice collection. So there's quite a few there. We need a good sweeping edge Bane of the Arthropod sword for down here. But this should be a pretty good source, I think, of XP, string, and spider eyes. There we go. And then the more clogged they get, the more they push each other up into the streams. So yeah, I think I'm going to build like a little a room around here, like an enchanting room of some kind. And yeah, I think that'll be a good way to sort of yeah, just add some finishing touches to this room and make it nice and pretty. And you know what? I really haven't been waiting for very long at all. It's only been a few, like maybe 5-10 minutes, and we have a very large quantity of spiders forming. So I'm probably going to actually make this my enchanting room for the time being, because I might as well set up some enchanting tables down here, some bookshelves, and store lapis and stuff down here. And maybe I'll even try and get a direct path linked up to my base, so we can just run down here and get XP whenever we need it. Because this is producing really quite well. I'm very happy with this so far. Alright, so here we have it, our little room for enchanting and stuff. I still have to put in the enchanting table and some books and stuff, but just putting in the walls and the floors of this place, and we have collected a very large quantity of spiders. I'm hoping this might actually get me up to level 30, because I really wouldn't mind Bane of the Arthropods on a diamond sword now. That'd be pretty useful for all of these spiders. Take them all out in one hit. Okay, folks, so there we have it. We've got the enchanting table set up here. Obviously, these spiders are going to start spawning. I've only just come back down here. But yeah, we've got some chests here for any future enchanting, some lapis, some enchanting tables, bookshelves, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, we've made ourselves a nice little room here, and it's I really like being able to look down and watch all the spiders coming out of the spawners. I find that to be quite fun. But you know what? I think that's all I'll have time for this episode. Yeah, I am very much so looking forward to getting a lot of good use out of this spawner until we can make something a bit more substantial, like, say, a Guardian Farm or an Ender or something along those lines. But yeah, until then, I think this will do quite nicely. Probably in the next episode, I'll look at making a nicer entrance into this, because at the moment this is kind of what we got. The roof of it here, and then we jump up here, and you know, it's not very smooth. So hopefully I'll be able to make a nice little entrance way from the base. But that will be in the next episode, if anything. But yeah, thank you so much for watching another episode, and I hope you have a really lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.